Archaeologist Zendar had dedicated his life to studying the ruins of extinct civilizations. Across 300 worlds, he had catalogued the final messages of species that had reached for the stars and failed. Most left behind warnings about resource depletion, war, or environmental collapse. But lately, he'd noticed a disturbing pattern. The Kethran Empire, extinct for 2,000 years, had left crystallized data banks throughout their former territory. Zendar decrypted the final entry: they came from a blue world. They smiled while they dismantled us. Do not engage the humans. Curious. He'd never heard of humans. The Vexillian Collective's last transmission, preserved in quantum storage, was even more specific: we thought ourselves superior. We enslaved their merchants. 3 solar cycles later, their warships arrived. They did not negotiate. They did not accept surrender until our entire military infrastructure was ash. The humans do not forgive. Zendar's research intensified. The Draxian hierarchy, the Morphid consciousness, the Stellar Imperium, 12 major civilizations, all extinct, all leaving similar messages. From the Draxians, they are adaptable beyond reason. We designed a virus for their biology. They cured it in weeks and returned with 12 variants targeting ours. From the Morphids, we believed our networked intelligence made us invincible. The humans severed our connections and taught us loneliness before they taught us death. The most chilling came from the Stellar Imperium. Once the galaxy's dominant force, we had conquered 400 systems. We believed ourselves inevitable. Then we encountered Earth. They were fractured, fighting among themselves, technologically inferior. We attacked, expecting easy victory. That was our first mistake, assuming internal conflict meant weakness. That was our last mistake, attacking at all. The message continued: humans do not unite easily, but when threatened, they become singular in purpose. They fought us with weapons centuries behind ours. They lost ships, planets, billions of their own. But they never stopped. They never surrendered. They learned from every defeat. Within 10 years, they matched our technology. Within 20, they exceeded it. Within 30, the Stellar Imperium ceased to exist. Note to whatever species finds this: humans are not the strongest, fastest, or smartest. But they refuse to accept defeat. They will sacrifice anything to achieve victory. If you encounter them, do not fight. If you fight, do not wound. If you wound, pray they accept surrender. Because if they do not, if you have harmed them beyond their willingness to forgive, they will pursue you across galaxies and through generations until you are extinct or they are. Usually, it is you. Zendar presented his findings to the Galactic Council. The chamber, filled with representatives from 73 species, fell silent as he displayed message after message. 14 extinct civilizations, Zendar summarized. All left warnings about one species. All described the same traits: relentless aggression when threatened, rapid technological adaptation, refusal to surrender, and a tendency to pursue vengeance across centuries. Council member Krixtal spoke carefully. You're saying humans caused the extinction of 14 major civilizations? Not exactly, Zendar corrected. The records suggest humans respond proportionally. The Kethra attacked their colony ships, humans destroyed their military. The Vexillians enslaved their people, humans dismantled their empire. The Stellar Imperium tried to exterminate them, humans exterminated them instead. So they're not aggressors, another council member observed. They're retaliators. Extremely effective retaliators, Zendar agreed. Every civilization that attacked humans severely enough ceased to exist. But here's what's interesting: I found 3 civilizations that encountered humans peacefully. All 3 are still thriving. One even describes humans as the galaxy's most loyal allies. The council chamber buzzed with discussion. Finally, the council director spoke: where are these humans now? Zendar pulled up a star map. According to the records, they came from a yellow dwarf system in Sector 449. But the most recent mention was 3,000 years ago. After the stellar Imperium's extinction, humans seem to have disappeared. Extinct themselves, someone suggested hopefully. Unlikely, Zendar said. A species this resilient wouldn't simply die out. I believe they withdrew, possibly exhausted by centuries of conflict, possibly by choice. Or, Krikstal said quietly, possibly they're watching. Waiting to see what we do with this information. The room grew cold. 3 months later, a small craft appeared at the edge of Council space. It broadcast a simple message in 400 languages: "This is the Human Federation. We seek peaceful contact and trade relations. We apologize for our absence. We needed time to heal." The Council debated for hours. Some wanted to refuse contact. Others wanted to preemptively strike. But Zendar's research was clear: every species that fought humans lost. Every species that welcomed them prospered. The Council Director made the call herself. "Human Federation, you are welcome here. We extend friendship and alliance." The human ambassador who arrived was small, unassuming, with kind eyes and an easy smile. She brought gifts, cultural exchanges, and technology to share freely. But Zendar noticed something others missed: the calm certainty in her movements, the way her security detail positioned themselves, the advanced weapons hidden in plain sight on their ship. These were beings who had destroyed empires, then chose peace. That choice made them more terrifying, not less. Because it meant they could choose otherwise. At the welcoming ceremony, the ambassador gave a brief speech: "Humanity learned hard lessons in our youth. We learned that victory isn't measured in conquest but in coexistence. We're grateful you've chosen friendship. We promise to honor that choice." Zendar believed her. But he also believed the warnings carved into ancient ruins across the galaxy. Humans were the universe's kindest friends and its most terrible enemies. The choice of which they became was yours. Choose wisely.